Jake Austin. Yesterday we talked to him before his race. He gave us his thoughts on the future of the program, his season as to this point. I can say with happiness that Jake Austin just completed the 10K, finishing 12th overall, and Jake was kind enough to give us a little bit of a recap. So Jake, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
Second off, tell us how the race went, man. Give us a little recap.
Well, the race didn't go quite as well as I wanted to time-wise. Place-wise, it actually went better. I was actually three spots ahead of my seed, so that was great. I found that when you run a race, even if it goes bad, you got to find a way to draw positives from it. And even though it kind of, maybe not because leading that goal might sit on your chest a little bit, sort of put his foot in your throat for a little bit, that's natural. If you care about running, that's going to happen. But I guess if you got to draw positives from it, if I just go through 5K, maybe even 6K, coming up on 7K, there's just something wasn't quite right, I can't really put it into words, but, that's happened to the best of us. It's happened to pro athletes, it's happened to people that are in middle school learning track.
Exactly.
That's just something I found that maybe I was a little naive to think that, you can end a career on good note and everything like that. But I mean, that's the thing about the sport. And I told one of my teammates the other week that, it's like, in track, good things are going to happen, bad things are going to happen. That's what the sport involves. For the good things to happen, bad things have to happen too. And, today, unfortunately, something not quite as good happened. But some good things happened too. That's just the nature of the sport, and it's a sport that I'm always going to continue to do, unattached or, what have you.
Yeah.
18.5 seconds. The senior from Shippensburg, Emma Chang.
It's just one of those things. I had some, good moments this year, and, I can't really let my whole year come down to just that one.
Third place,
if you're talking about the race, it is what it is.
Seconds. A junior from Seton Hill, Teeny Budo.
Hey, man, I'm glad you're keeping a good perspective on this. It's funny. Like, it's one way you're finishing a good book, and the Iron one is about to start a new one. So it's always good to look at that with the same perspective. But you know what? Let's talk a little bit more about this season. Now that's fully completed, that's in the past. Let's tell some positives.
Some positives of the race?
Oh, no, of your season.
Of the season, okay.
Your spring season.
Well, the season itself, I think, was collectively a very big positive. I came in, from the summer of decent training and decent mileage. Just sort of, I just wanted to see what would happen. I knew I had one more year here. Every year here has been a blessing, as I said before.
Yeah.
And, there were definitely some big races. I was fortunate enough to have some very good times, some big PRs in cross-country track, indoor track, and outdoor track, actually, earlier in the season. And, I got to run some new events I'd never run before, some more mid-distance events, just try just as, workouts and stuff like that. And, I'm very fortunate to have had that experience. This overall has been a great year.
I would definitely agree. So, you know what, we're kind of short on time here. Let's just ask, as day one officially is completed, what's next for Jake? KU alumni have gotten involved with Boston Marathon Fever recently. There's a couple of cross races. What's next, if you were to guess?
Well, it's funny, you mentioned all that stuff. I guess, a lot of that stuff isn't in the cards, I should say. What I plan to do, honestly, right now is I plan to just treat it just like it's another postseason. Just to continue the cycle. Every year, in between seasons, in between years in college here, we would take 2 weeks off, and then we would start training again in the summer. I plan to do exactly that, take 2 weeks off, sort of reevaluate, kind of, put this race even, to rest. Come back, and, I'm coming back to Kutztown, hopefully for graduate school.
Awesome, man.
So I hope to put in a really high mileage summer, just like usual, just like before. And in terms of races and stuff like that, I was hoping to sort of get connected with you guys, the alumni team, and try to get figured out. Maybe get a schedule of some races on our plate, and look to something big, like maybe like you said, a marathon, a half marathon, or something like that. I definitely plan to come back and run unattached a few times in some of these cross races, and just continue the sport in general. And that's the cool thing about running. You have sports like football and baseball and stuff like that, and those sports are great. Obviously, they're great. You build the same kinds of bonds, the same kinds of connections to the sport in those sports too. But when they end, they end.
Yeah.
You can still play little pickup games with friends and stuff like that. But the sport itself ends. Running itself, distance running especially, it doesn't necessarily have to end. Your passion for it, as long as you don't say. As long as nothing exceptional happens, you can keep at it forever, and that's a really cool thing, and that's exactly what I plan to do. That's what's brought me here. That's what has gotten me through the sport to begin with, and that's just sort of an endeavor that I just plan to continue to pursue in the future.
All right, man. Thanks a lot for your time. I just want to send a little quick personal note. I've seen you grow as a high school senior technically until this point on. You know, I've seen you grow as a runner, a teammate, a leader, but more importantly, as a very, very good friend of mine. Congratulations on graduating soon, and most importantly, man, welcome back as being a teammate of mine as a KU alumni.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
I appreciate
Jake.
that.